Greetings, viewers. Welcome to Tales of Winternock and the Tale of Cybil's Spear, Book 3, Chapter 8, our primary actual play D&D 5e campaign. I'm Silver. As always, I will be your storyteller this evening, and with me are our esteemed players, Conrad, Ernie, Saga, Dustin, Jeff, AJ, and our special guest player, Briars. For those of you tuning in for the first time, or if you've missed a session, we'd like to encourage you to check out previous sessions, including Book 1 and Book 2, on our YouTube channel. Also like to direct you to our Discord server to join our community and interact with us. Links to both can be found in the About section of our Twitch channel, which should be like somewhere down below what you're watching right now. Before we begin, I want to thank Smiteworks for Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice, Sirenscape for our amazing ambiance, sound effects, and music, which you'll be hearing shortly, Discord for our voice and video, and Wizards of the Coast for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, the game we play. Tales of Winternock is not sponsored by, nor are we an official representative of any of these companies, and the views and statements made during our games do not in any way represent those of the companies. Previously on the Tale of Cybil's Spear. Cybil's Spear, a group of 6 strangers brought together by fate or by chance to combat various threats in the world of Winternock before being caught in the web of an otherworldly entity known only as the Dreamer. Their current journey has brought them to Torsland, the northern homeland of the party's barbarian Jofridir. Arriving in the port city of Riob, they met Aliona, Jofridir's beloved, who agreed to join them as they ventured to Jofridir's home of Snodeskull. The party survived a blizzard and a pack of mage-hunting wolves called the Magolda, and took refuge in the small hamlet of Skeletville, befriending the giants residing there. They completed their journey the next day, only to find Snodeskull devoid of life. That was until they ventured into the sea caves, where they found the children of the village, alive and well-fed, having been cared for by the local lighthouse caretaker, Helen. The elven woman was set to return the next day with more supplies for the children. The rest of the residents had not fared as well. The party discovered the bodies of nearly 20 adults, including Jofridir's brother Ivor. The whereabouts of the rest remains a mystery. The party returned to the sea caves to rest for the night, but rest was not a certainty. One by one, they each awoke with a fright from a nightmare. That is, except for Kiesel, who refused to sleep after hearing of others' nightmares. Each carried their terrors back into the waking world with various effects on their condition, and some failed to get enough sleep to stave off exhaustion. Our tale resumes there, as in Snodeskull. It is morning on the 59th day of Faderman, 296 years after the fall, and to kick things off, Alfred, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh boy. Already?
You've had a week to think about this.
Oh, we're
You've
starting
had a
off
week,
strong.
a week to fail that.
That's about right.
Now, fortunately for you, as you are at the tail end of the long rest, despite being in the frightened condition, it is not going to prevent you from going back to sleep because you're not trying to go back to sleep. You've already gotten your requisite 6 hours to be able to have the effects of a long rest. So, with Alfred being concluded through everybody, correct me if I'm wrong on anybody, but I'm going to go through and give out long rests to the people that are supposed to have long rests, which I believe is a very small number at this point. Zedri should have a long rest, correct? Who else succeeded on their wisdom save?
I didn't succeed, but I did advance.
I think, was Zedri the only success then?
Didn't I succeed?
Yes,
Yeah.
you succeeded too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got... Let me go through here and... Long rest for Lonan. Giving individual long rests is not as clean as I'd like it to be. Okay.
Can I get the benefits of a long rest for my tenacity? Or
No.
I really gotta lay in this bed now.
He just willed himself.
Alfred does because he didn't have his failed save until the end of the 6 hours. Okay. Yeah, Aliona got hers because she took because she transed. That's right. And then there was 3, and Salinas was in the last cycle too.
Oh, do I get a long rest?
So you still get your long rest as well. So it is just going to be Kiesel and
good amount.
Jofrid, the 2 full marshals in the group.
Thank goodness for that elven trance.
Yes. We love it.
So I will put, or try to. There we go. Jofrid with 1 level of exhaustion. Kiesel with 1 level of exhaustion. Not sure what. Oh, because Lonan's first in the combat tracker. You gave
Sorry.
everybody exhaustion. Way to go.
I'm so sorry. This is vampire stuff.
Were you
Whoa,
secretly
something
drinking
more
our
was
blood?
going on last night.
Is that why we had nightmares?
I mean, Noctalis is the god of sleep, so.
There we go. Okay. For those of you that got lovely little notes last session following your nightmares, ask you to try and keep track and remember that you had these things. Oh boy. AJ's video's coming through funky on my
know.
side.
I know. It's pretty bad.
Oh.
AJ, your webcam is having a party, and I don't think you were invited to it.
Yep, I'm gonna just close
He's still
it. I'm
there.
gonna just close it.
It's just an effect.
I think that's the dream.
Ooh.
Oh no, they got him.
I'm still
He just
here.
closed the lens cap on
I closed
it, so.
the cap on it. Yeah.
All right.
Are we just gonna be playing with a black screen for
No.
Zedri?
I'll bring it back.
Okay.
Does
Just let
Alfred
it
not
rest.
actually get a dream? He just gets a wisdom save.
Jen,
Alfred and I took care of his off screen.
Mm,
Um,
interesting.
So, but we decided
He
we'd
gets
leave the wisdom
everybody
save would
else.
happen because we can't roll dice off screen. We got to do that on screen. So, okay. So again, everybody try and keep track of the things that you had for conditions and stuff that were sent to you. If you need those resent to you, they should all still be in your DMs. But let me know if I need to resend them or anything like that. And yeah, because some of those are not ones that I can program into the system because they're more scenario based. But for those that I could, I have. On that note, as everyone, most everyone is already awake in the morning, but as Zedri and Alfred wake up, Alfred waking up a little bit groggy and looking as Cybil is clearly dreaming as well and kicking the legs and
No.
the little
She didn't
subtle
have a
barking.
nightmare too. She didn't have a nightmare too, did she?
Doesn't look any sort of distress, just the nice running dream.
Okay. I'll take a minute and just like start petting her and waking up.
All right. Let's see. Everybody else was awake around the fire, with the exception of Salinas is still off in the hut. But approximately about 7 in the morning. Time to be ending your rest. For sake of clarity, because we only did 3 watch order, I did those as 3-hour watch sessions to get us around to our full time frame. I didn't imagine you guys were intending that as being we're gonna watch for 6 hours and just leave the last 2. It's probably safe by then. So, or make Aliona take the last watch just because she could trance earlier on. But yeah, you each awaken to a bunch of, for the most part, sleeping children in the sea caves where you have been calling home for the past 12 hours or so. 16 hours.
Alfred will get himself up and begin to rewind his wire from the previous night. And then he'll make his way up to... Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
He'll make his way up to Slanus' dome once he's done reeling that up.
As he's getting up, Kiesel would be observing him not sleeping through the night. So I want to, I think I'd intercept Alfred as he wakes up.
Oh, good morning, Kiesel.
Yeah. Did you dream last night? Did you have any night terrors?
Yeah, I had a pretty bad dream. I guess you could call it a terror. Did you dream? You
I didn't
don't look
sleep.
like you slept.
No.
Oh,
No.
are you okay? Do you need something? Maybe Zedric can get you some tea or something.
I think I need some sleep. I thought there was bad forces acting upon us, so I didn't sleep, but I think I actually might have made a worse decision than sleeping.
Kiesel, I mean, there are bad forces at work against us all the time. It's kind of
Yeah,
the
but-
nature of our work.
Yeah, no shit, but everybody had a nightmare last night. Everybody who slept had a nightmare.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I mean by malevolent forces.
but still, Kiesel, you need to sleep.
I'll think I'll try to find a way to sleep throughout the rest of today.
Joffrey could carry you?
I don't think he's much better off. I don't know if anybody else is much better off, to be honest.
Oh boy.
I know. We're gonna have a busy day ahead of us.
Well, Alfred will go ahead and crack his neck a little bit and sort of like straighten up. Let's get on to it. By the will of Infernus.
Yes, well,
Alfred will flash him a smile, even if it's mostly a facade, and walk on up to do his reeling up and make his way up to Salinas eventually.
The dome only lasts 8 hours, so you make it up to the part area where Salinas was before, and he's not there at the moment.
Okay. Well, Alfred, knowing the dome, having been in it before, will understand this, and will continue. Like he'll finish reeling up his wire, and then knowing Salinas probably goes off and does whatever Salinas does, which is obviously nothing that Alfred would know about. He'll make his way back down to the campfire, I guess.
About the rest of the group.
Lonan is probably just hanging out at the campfire. with whoever else is over there.
Visions are
Vidrius.
waking up.
Zidru would be, and he would be scanning over just to see if anybody looks to be in a bad way after the stuff that the Overseer was going through last evening.
Yeah, your crew's probably just sitting in front of the fire, just watching what's left of it. Probably got a blanket around Alyona next to him with one of his arms around her.
Good morning.
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 Oh, what's the plan for today?
Isn't Helen supposed to be coming through? So I guess it's see what info she has.
Okay. Do we need to do anything with the kids? Are they okay?
I think they're all still asleep, so I don't know right now. I guess that's part of what info we're trying to get is see if Helen has any other ideas of how we can help them or what we should do before we try and find the rest of the people. I think Kiesel wanted my help to catch a rat.
A rat?
All of them.
Like, how big is this rat?
Or a rat or multiple rats, so that we could try and talk to them and see if they have any information about what happened in town.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wish that was part of the whatever is going on with everyone. No, that actually happened yesterday. Did we mention we found a house full of bodies?
I think I heard that or overheard that rather.
Great. Right.
Yeah, no, things didn't seem like they didn't sound like they seemed quite kosher up there.
Nah, there's some weird shit going on. Kiesel found a house full of bodies. We found some other ones. And Lona's kind of saying this like she kind of lowers her voice when the bodies get brought up because she doesn't want to accidentally wake up the children to that.
Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Do you guys want a map?
I guess that's a
I
better.
decided to make a map of the
Ooh.
cave, so
Oh,
Sure.
yay.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's not ominous.
I guess that's a better lead than anything. We don't really have much to go off of right now. Me and Zidru were gonna check out the temple above. If anyone wants to join us there.
I'll go with y'all, though I'm a little off balance today.
Well, you also have to catch some rats. Sounds like. I suppose we could.
Oh, I have to make that a disadvantage. Wait.
Suppose we
Dex.
could split our
No, it's
attention.
not stealth. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Splitting up would be nice. Is everybody else doing okay?
As the morning has come in, like the morning sun has come in, yeah, Allie noticed like like fear she's had has like started to dissipate as the cave lights up. She'll get up and yeah, I think I'd maybe like to stay in here for a little bit while you go your things. Maybe check in on the kids, make sure they're doing all right. I forgot. She takes out her bag where she had like collected all the toys and stuff that they had found the houses. Everything that happened last night, I forgot to hand these out. So I'll do this.
Has anyone seen Salinas?
No, actually, I went up to where his dome should have been, and it wasn't there. But I mean, it's been long enough. But he could be anywhere.
I mean, I wouldn't call his head that big.
No. So Salinas, is a proficient magic user,
Yeah.
and some of the things that he's able to do is create sort of a spherical object on the ground that's able to house a number of people.
He slept under the rock, Lonan.
Thank you, Kiesel. And
What?
Zidri will just nod at Kiesel saying such simple words.
Why didn't you just explain that to me last night? Or like 2 hours ago, I guess.
It all feels like 2 hours ago. There was a lot going on, and I almost broke my arm against the rock, so I figured Galfrank's presence would have been enough.
You nearly broke your arm? Are you okay?
We weren't on the guest list, so
Huh, that's weird.
yeah, tell me about it.
Should probably find him sooner than later.
It's not one rat, by the way. It's multiple, but if we can catch one rat, I figured I'll turn to Alfred because I am going to only explain this like 4 times to everybody else. I'll look towards Alfred. The rats are eating dead bodies. They were either in the village when everything happened, or they came in afterwards. But if we can find a way to, I don't know, magically speak with animals, then we can ask the rats if they've seen anything before. At worst, we'll get... best case scenario, they will be able to speak with us as we can speak with them. If not, then we'll just have rats chittering at us.
Right. DM, would Alfred, in his infinite... I was going to say
not wisdom.
Intelligence.
In his infinite 18 intelligence, would he understand that a rat would probably not give anything useful?
Give me a nature check.
Oh, yeah, in your infinite wisdom. There's nature intelligence.
Yeah.
Nature's
Nature isn't
intelligence.
It's intelligence.
Okay.
Nature is intelligence.
He's got a shot. This is a good shot.
Hey.
20.
Putting in game terms, you would know that rats have an intelligence of 1 or 2, depending. So, pretty base instinct-driven creatures that not a whole lot of any thought going on in the head beyond food.
Right. Just wanted to confirm for Alfred's knowledge. Kiesel, I think that your hypothesis might conclude something on the former end of that, where you might get that he'll try and recreate the chittering noise to a half-ass effect. I really don't think it's worth the time and effort to catch rats. I mean, unless you have nothing else to do.
I don't think we have anything else to do. I mean, what else is there to do? Clear out the houses? I mean, we can't cut the kids loose.
You could get some sleep.
But it's already daytime and we have so many things to do, so...
I mean,
For infernus sake, catch a nap. You look
Maybe.
like you're about to fall over.
No. This is nothing. Please, you should have seen us when we travel through Akaria. This is like a base level. This is like what you would hope for when traveling through Akaria.
Alfred's gonna attempt to shove Kiesel.
I'm going to not let him do that.
Okay.
Athletics check against a strength save.
Oh, does it auto disadvantage me, or do I have to?
Yeah, all the exhaustion stuff is autoed. And you don't have disadvantage on saves, it's only on checks, so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna sidestep him and let him fall where he falls. Because that's really annoying.
I mean, with a 10, Alfred will catch himself still. He won't fall over, but...
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Okay.
effortlessly, like, glide out of the way.
Well, okay, maybe you're a little bit more composed than I thought you were.
Mm.
You should still sleep, though.
I'll find a way to somehow, if we have time. We're waiting for somebody, and then I had said to somebody else at some time last night that, I don't know. We could be waiting for something. They could come back, or we're on the hunt. I don't fucking know. I need to find some time to sleep. This is very exhausting.
We're waiting for Helen.
Yes. That's what I said.
Cedric's gonna approach Kiesel and just say, you didn't sleep.
With how I saw you being affected, definitely not. You and Yofrida had, like, the sweats. And you couldn't look me in the eye and were talking gibberishly, so with everybody else sleeping, I figured there was some sort of bad juju going around.
Cedric tilts his head like a dog. He's just like, I told Yofrida, you have to speak simple for me. I can help if you would allow. And Zedri's gonna like put out a hand.
Oh yeah, I'm not tensing up during this at all. I'm going to fully like embrace whatever Zedri's gonna give me. I'm gonna like we're just gonna.
Yeah, Kiesel throws his hand on Zedri. Zedri's like, no, not that, and he'll throw off Kiesel's hand.
Oh.
I need to touch a ear. And he will move in towards that small kind of like triangular area, and he's just going to start massaging it. And as he does, there will be like a small kind of like almost like a veining, like a magma vein. It doesn't hurt or anything like that, but he's gonna go ahead and cast Rejuvenating Touch. So I will consume my level 3 spell slot, but you now no longer have exhaustion.
On moi?
What?
Let's see where the real ship happens, because I don't think it's with Alfred.
Yeah, Kiesel, you feel just like a weight's lifted off of you. Like you've... Not the jittery of a post-caffeine, but like fully rested, fully recovered. And no after effects, no negative end of things. Just a matter of, oof.
Do I have exhaustion anymore?
No.
Yeah, once he does that, I guess once he applies the icy hot to the back of my tri-state area on the ear, I'm just gonna... Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, we're back. Great. That was wonderful. Looks like it took a lot out of you. I'm sorry. Maybe you shouldn't have done that to little me, but wow. I will keep that in mind next time I need to. That was beautiful. I'm back.
Zidri sits down, just like squats in front of Kiesel. Just says,
Squats? You're half an inch. What the fuck do you mean squats in front of Kiesel?
And this is, I don't understand what you are saying. Simple, please.
Oh, still. Ooh, I thought you slept that off. Good job.
I wish.
Thank you, and I will go and slow, like, embrace Zedri in a hug very, very carefully, not to scare him away.
Zedri's just looking at Kiesel. Why are you scared?
I don't want to scare you off. It's like if you talk loud around like a small bunny. I don't want you I don't.
Simple Kiesel.
Um, and I'll just stop talking. I'll just embrace him and then give him like a fluff on the shoulders. Good, thank you. Good job, thank you.
You're
Very
welcome.
appreciate it. Thank you. Yes.
Zindri turns away with a little bit of just that last part maybe he was talking a little too simply, but yeah, he feels like he got the point across. So he'll go ahead and sit down.
Okay.
And he'll hold out his hands to everybody. If you feel the same, I can help. I'm sorry. My head hurts. It's weird.
Do you need to help yourself first? Can you?
I can try. And Zidri will like apply the same pressure on his earlobe near that pressure point. Does anything seem to line up with him just massaging it without like channeling magic into it?
No.
Not successful. It's okay. Thank you, Lonin.
Actually, Yofredir, and she'll turn over to him. With your permission, if you want me to do death threats for the ones we found up there, I can.
I think we might find more today. Cedric, we should head over to the temple, check that out. Maybe check out some of the closer buildings. Maybe figure out one spot to put everybody we find.
Okay, the temple sounds good. And Zidri will hop up.
Gonna
Yofer will get up and grab his axe and pull his cloak up real quick. What was that?
This was asking if I could join y'all.
Of course. Got lots to do today. Waiting for Helen and everything.
Lona will start to push herself up, fall back on her ass, try again, and like finally unsteadily get to her feet.
Alfred will hobble up as well. Yeah, if you guys have room for one more, I'd love to come along. I would love to see the sun. It's been far too long.
Yeah, of course. There's a couple of us down here. Do need to find Salinas after all as well.
Should we find Salinas before we go up?
If he's not down here, he's probably up there somewhere.
I mean, that depends. Are we all just going along with your Friday, or
We should.
then? Okay.
Well, Leonia will be down here, passing out
can-
toys, watching the children.
I can make sure they're okay.
We'll
You
check
sure you're
in
okay?
about noon.
There's only one entrance, and if you want, I can set up an alarm really quick.
And I'll be alright.
Alright, well, we're burning daylight.
All right. So, is it everybody but Aliona's heading looking for, or heading back up to the village and in a way looking for Salinas at the same time?
I think so, yeah.
This is that part where you just really want to temptingly go and say, all right, Aliona, roll initiative and see everybody advantage. Let's see if you can beat
Kids
the
are
children.
Not
He's
even
going to
like-
find out what a crocodile is.
What do we do?
Or of a serpent.
All right, so looking at the lovely map, I don't know if you guys can follow along. If somebody wants to start moving their token towards the bottom of the map, we'll do a little tour guide through here. Oh, and I can turn off token lock.
It's a token lock.
That's the way
look
out.
at that.
So
Dynamic lighting. Cool. my CPU.
Well,
Embarrassing.
Cybil will
Oh,
stay
shit.
with Eliana and the kids.
So the spot with the skeleton is the spot where the spike trap in the wall had been.
Oh.
So I'm assuming that Yofridir is making sure everybody remembers where the spot is to avoid the trap in the floor, stepping on the wrong place.
Oh boy.
I hope I don't step on any spike traps today.
All right.
Spear traps.
Excuse me.
Either or.
Okay. You guys make your way back through the traps and everything, back through the caves. Do they come across Salinas anywhere as they're going through the caves?
Oh, Salinas went outside.
Okay. All right. Okay. Leaving behind the caves then. Exit back out into the village to another clear sky. Very, very few clouds off in the distance. Decent temperature, about mid 40s. Good chill, but with your guys' clothing, it's not necessarily anything too cold or unbearable. And find the village, for the most part, same as everybody remembers it being when you went in. The two little streams of smoke coming off of Herdert's hut and off of the fireplace at Yofridir's home are no longer going. There's no sign of smoke from anywhere. Everything is quiet, with the exception of the occasional crow.
Stepping out of the entrance of the cave, Yofir will kind of stop for a second and kind of look around, listening. Does he get at that same sort of feeling he did the night before?
Give me a perception. With a 7, no, seems to have abated, whatever it was.
And with that, he'll be like, "Oh, temple's this way," and he'll kind of start walking off towards the temple.
I assume that at least Lonin probably see, because Salinas is just sort of not very far outside the cave entrance.
Okay.
Looking out over the cliffs and the ocean.
So he'd be up the cliffside?
Yeah, he'd be perched up on a couple rocks.
Okay.
If you need me to make some checks, I can do that.
No, it would, I mean, whatever you'd roll in the check would just figure how long it took you to climb up there. If you've been out here for a while, you would have got up there eventually. We won't embarrass you with whatever would happen to Salinas and how many times he fell down the cliff on his way up.
Oh, you're not gonna make someone go up a ladder and fall down a ladder and
Not right now.
Could Zedri look at the mouth of the cave just to make sure, like, how everything's set right now with the footprints that have tracked out and everything like that, just so he can try to make notice of any changes if we head back and there's another set of footprints or something like that?
Yeah, let's see. I'm debating between, let's call it a survival. Go on the tracking end of things. 24, pretty good documented feel like you got a pretty good memory on what you see. From what you can tell in the process of looking at those tracks, going beyond what you asked for, but all the tracks seem to match up with people that you're familiar with. There's one set of slightly smaller footprints. Don't know whose those would be for sure, but everybody else's seem to be adult footprints, and they all seem to match up with one set of hoof prints in there.
With Lonen's, does Lonen see Salinas up on the rocks, or?
Let me look here. Anybody with a passive perception of at least 13.
Ew.
Except for Yofredir, because he chose to roll his perception, so he doesn't see anybody. He's on a mission.
13.
Oh yeah. Lonen seeing Salinas up there, she's going to summon Folk, and tell her, can you just go up there and check on him for a second for me?
He's gonna
I don't-
scare him into the ocean.
yeah, he jumps off the cliff.
And she says that in Draconic, so Folk can understand.
Okay. You get like a slight, and then
Whoosh.
starts to go crawling up, and then it's like, oh, nope. Activates the wings and starts flying up as your Drake goes flying off a little bit off into the distance. Salinas isn't terribly far away, but it's a good 50-60 feet. So Folk closes that distance relatively quickly, scaring off a few crows on the way. Salinas, you just standing there looking out across the village or looking out across the ocean?
Looking out across the ocean.
What's Salinas' passive perception?
That's a good question. Not great.
11.
It's an 11.
Don't notice until like the last second as Folk goes and just impacts and lands right next to you, rocks tumbling down back towards Lonen, and just looks up, and Folk just kind of takes in the view along with you.
If he lets me, Salinas would just kind of gently like pat his head, you like scratch his chin, rub his neck a little bit.
Give me an animal handling.
I'd say I don't think Folk would let him,
Okay.
but you can try. She is a bit standoffish with people.
You have to ease into it, like you kind of get the feel for there's apprehension as Folk pulls her head away and like leans away from you. No aggressive behavior or anything like that. Just like pulling away, like, what are you doing? What are you trying to touch me? For gradually lets you just kind of do a little pat. Get the nice feel of the scales.
Folk is essentially a dog-sized cat that's a lizard.
See, but Salinas is a cat person, so like he's down for that.
Yeah.
He channeled that into that 16 roll. It gets you to a nice sense of peace and calm as you and this new Drake friend take in the lovely view across the Slaver Sea, the icy cold breeze coming off of it, but it doesn't bite too much today. It's kind of refreshing after the night in the cave. Good air to clear your head. group back on the ground. A few rocks at your side now, Lonan, with the rest of the group. Where are we headed?
To the Temple of Briora.
All right. All right. So, as the 5 of you, I think I got my math right. Be hard math tonight. See if I can count people. So the 5 of you head off to the left away from the small entrance into the caves. And we'll put up the village map here quick. Share that across to everybody.
Nice.
All right, so the little green dot here is the sea cave entrance. You're going over to the Temple of Briora that's built into the rocky cliffside here. So actually, Salinas, from where you're standing with Folk, looking off to your right, you can see the top of this old lighthouse, old stone lighthouse that's seen better days. Most of the roof that went over the pyre has collapsed and is just kind of in pieces. The several pillars around it that are still holding up what's left of that roof, and you can see a large signal fire type pyre set up on a rocky, or not a rocky, but a stone platform inside. Everything's extinguished. There's no light coming from it, no fire. Doesn't look like there's been fire on it in at least quite a few days, at least from this distance. For those of you down on the ground, you walk along the rocky cliffside and just eventually get to a point where the cliffside gives way to a stone structure that's built, carved away from the stone itself. And these large stone doors set in the middle, a couple windows on each side. And it extends so far up before giving way to turning back into the rock. Just the building basically disappearing into the cliff face that it's carved out of. Doesn't appear that anybody's home or any activity. Dead like the rest of the town at this point.
Not an ominous way to say it at all.
Yeah, Yofer will, as we get inside of the doors, he's gonna in his step, there'll be a bit of a hesitation, but then he'll continue on, going straight up to the door, see if it's gonna open.
Okay. All right, just for keep track of our split party here. Aliona's hanging out down with the kids, staying there for you tell me when you're not there anymore, I suppose, at some point. Salinas, you still good up on the cliffside? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the 5 of you head up following Jofridir to the door, and as Jofridir goes and gives the door a good push, give me an athletics check. Jofridir's a little bit worse for wear, so he might actually fail something for once.
A little tired today.
No, never tired.
Goodness.
Dropped a
19
20 for
and a
19.
20.
I'm not that tired.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, I jinxed you guys back to good rolls, right? Alright, with a 27, just like the door, even though you had this apprehension walking up, you go and you just give it a good shove, and the doors just easily push open, revealing the inside of what you recall as being the Temple of Briora, and I suppose that means map again.
So many
Uh,
map.
As he's kicking open the door, Lonan's gonna turn over to Alfred. You know, out of all the gods, I've had the least experience with Briora.
Alfred will throw up his hands. You know where my faith lies. I don't ask any questions for me.
Hey, you know me, Al. I respect all of them, but
Oh,
same, kinda.
yeah, of course. I respect all faiths as well. They're all part of the same pantheon.
Yeah.
But, you know, we all have our favorites.
I'm missing Kiesel. Guys, feel free to rearrange yourselves once I share this.
Ooh, I just got a map.
On the map, on the map. Wait, can I sing that? Is that
Copyright.
copyright?
Keep it less than 10 seconds.
We got cited in the credits as to who wrote the song.
I'm the map. Okay.
So stepping through the stone wall onto a stone floor on the other side, immediately faced with an archway that opens up into some sort of a worship space. Not very big. Just room for a couple seats, couple benches, pews, and an altar at the far end. Off to your left is looks like a hallway that heads off to the left, and then another hallway that heads off to the right. Kiesel, as you reach over to the right and get around that corner, you see a stairwell that's going up and up and up at least 3 stories.
Like continuously 3 stories, or like one level stairs, another level?
No, sorry, I'll take that back. Not 3 stories, 2 stories, but it goes continual for roughly about 20 feet into the air. Don't know where it leads to beyond that. Place appears abandoned.
There's
Is it
no stench or anything like that, right? Not like the other houses I had gone into.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, you bet your britches.
So do a perception check.
Alfred, as you go over to the left and look around that corner, you see a stairwell that goes down.
In the same fashion where it's a straight shot for like 20 feet, or is it like a more shallow?
Can't see too terribly far. I mean, like, your dark vision just tells you that there's gray darkness beyond. It goes down into some sort of a chamber.
Well, I suppose we can check this floor first, then we can go down, and then up to the top.
Alfred, you'd be familiar enough with this place, having been here numerous times over your life. Basically, the temple is this main floor. You go in, there's this small worship space. There's a bedroom up and off to the right where if there's a visiting priest or priestess, they would stay there. At other times where somebody else has been the lead priest or priestess in the town, that's been their quarters. Since your mother has been the priestess, that hasn't been. She just stays at your home. And so it's usually just kept as a little guest room. And then off to the left would be the reliquary, where they keep any donations towards the temple, any things like that, holy artifacts, that type of stuff. Usually not a whole lot of that type of stuff, but some things that would be used in worship and whatnot.
Yeah, I'll go up to the door on the left first. See if it's open.
Zedri will follow right behind you, Freddie.
Well, we should be able to cover more distance if we just split up. I mean, we're not that far apart from each other. Just check each floor.
Hopefully there's no surprises in this place, though.
So after you check the door and seems like it's locked. Not surprising.
Alfred will shake his head and start making his way down.
Yeah, Yofer will try to look back to Zedri. Well, it's locked. That should be a good thing. Let's put the other door first.
Do we need to unlock it?
Looks like Alfred's checking downstairs first, so he's back up. Yofer will try the other door.
Okay. Door opens. At least as to the latch opens. So you go to push the door open. Doesn't give. We'll say it doesn't give freely to the barbarian.
Yeah, after feeling a little resistance, he'll try to pause for a sec. And he's gonna shove the door open if he can.
Alright, give it an athletics check. That's more like it. Go and
with such satisfaction.
give yourself, you shove your way in, throw your shoulder into it, nothing. So back up, couple steps, go and take a running effort at it, and just slip on that second step, head first straight into the door. Also, doesn't give enough as you hit it, but roll me a d4. As you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage from just hitting head first into this wooden door.
Amazing.
Ronan, hearing the crashing that inevitably was sounded, is gonna kind of run, stumble her way over here. Like, is everything that? Why are you on the floor?
So she's
I'm
over
alright.
Yoferdir trying to help him up.
Just tripped. I'm alright. And I'll get back up again. You wanna try, Zedri?
Wait. Yoferdir, you keep secrets. We met Aliona in a different way. The Blue Dawn. You didn't tell us. Is this another place?
Maybe? That shouldn't be.
Cedric will shove at the door then.
Before Cedric goes to shove the door, I'll jump over to the other two that have went up or down stairwells, depending. Kiesel, heading up the stairs, you go up 2 flights of stairs. You just find yourself in a dark, pitch black, dark hallway. There's a little bit of ambient light off to your left, and far away up in front of you, and then some light coming in from the windows down below. But aside from that, it is pitch black up here.
So it seems that it is. However, I carry 10 torches on me. I guess 9 torches now in a tinderbox. So I ain't afraid in the dark. So I'll
Light up a torch.
out of my butt, and I'm gonna see it. Now this is a hallway. Is this like a desolate hallway, or are there doors and shit is off to the side?
So as you light up the torch, illuminating the hallway out in front of you, it's so you get to the top of these stairs. There's like a 10-foot by 10-foot wide little landing, basically. and then opens up into a hallway off to your left that would be heading like back over top of where you're standing right now on the floor below. And no doors, no windows, hard stone on each side. Proceed down the hall.
Sure.
As you get down to the end of the hall, turn to your left and see another set of flights of stairs heading up. A little bit of light coming down the stairwell. Appears to be some windows up at the top.
This hallway, I'm not connected to the other flight of stairs, it seems, right?
No, so we'll turn on the good old ping over here. Nope. If I hit the right button. So once you get to the end, you're now looking upstairs, going up this way. So now you're going to be about 40 feet above the main floor at the top of these stairs.
I'm gonna turn around and shout, there's another flight of stairs up here. Before continuing upward cautiously, though. I'm not trying to roll death saves up here.
Yeah, and you don't need to move your token any further because all it's going to do is just make you fall into the next room. All four of you can give me perception checks. See if you hear Kiesel's announcement from up above.
Try make mine with disadvantage. Try and make mine with disadvantage.
No, it's just a higher DC for you.
Okay. Fair.
Okay. Yoferdir, you hear something, some voice muffled, but don't make out exactly what it is. Lonan and Zedra, you hear Kiesel clearly. And Alfred, no. There's some talking, but you don't know where it's coming from or who it is. It's one of those people that's behind you. But speaking of Alfred, as Alfred descends down into the dark chamber below, you go down, feel like about 20 feet, descended down into the whatever lies beneath this temple. And reaching a similar 10 foot by 10 foot landing at the bottom of the stairs, turning to your right, there's a large wooden door that is significantly charred.
Around what area is charred? Like the base or?
It would appear that whatever burned this door started at the bottom and worked its way up. About the only part of the door that is not charred is about the top fourth. This would be a big double door with a curved top fitting into an archway.
Okay. Can Alfred take a look at like the side walls that precede the door and see if there's any sort of like imperfections or loose stones or anything that I don't know, like a flame cannon might be hiding behind.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Don't find any sign of any sort of a source or anything like that, or any sort of trips or triggers. It's a pretty basic door and door frame. Doesn't look like anything more complicated to it.
All right, Alfred will check to see if it's locked. Satisfied with that.
So the doors just have a iron ring hanging off of a metal bracer that goes across the door. There's no latch. There's no anything to like try the door. It's push or pull.
Well, let's start with push.
Okay. Good, intelligent choice.
Only the
As you
best
go to
from
push
Alfred.
on the door, give me a. What is your strength modifier? 0?
A big fat donut hole.
Okay. We'll do this as a passive athletics check. As you naturally just push the door, it starts to crack and break under your force. And
Like
taking
the-
your hands back, your hands just covered in soot and ash.
Oh, so like upon further inspection, can Alfred see like the is the wood like completely like burnt through basically? It's basically just being held together by
After
pure
pushing on
willpower.
it and like, recoiling a little bit once it starts to give underneath your force on it, you weren't attempting to break it. You just wanted to push the door open. And so as it starts to break and crumble, now you can kind of see through in a couple little places and peer beyond. Give me a perception.
Perception. Stellar.
Yeah, just
I got some soot in my eye.
your attention kind of gets focused on the cleaning your hands off that are, uncomfortably messy. You don't really pick up anything else, and looking inside, it's just dark. Your dark vision, you see the grayscale inside, but it's just you can't see anything from this vantage point.
Okay, I mean Alfred's just going to seeing as the door is in the state of disrepair it is, he's just gonna take out his his arcane firearm and like yell behind him. I'm just gonna take a shot at something. Don't worry. And he's gonna aim for like the hinges on the door.
All right.
He's gonna blow this thing off.
The other 4 can give me a perception check. How much you hear the warning?
How did I roll the same twice?
Don't complain, it's
Or
good.
just attuned that way.
All right. Lonan, Zedri easily hear and understand what Alfred is yelling up the stairs. Yofredir don't even hear the mumbling. Nothing. Your head hurts. You got a nice, just like a little bit of a gash and a little bit of blood trickling down your forehead. Kiesel got a perception check for me.
Or actually, as Alfred's also like putting and fitting this on,
Nothing.
he'll just finish off the job that was started, and just attach the flamethrower.
Okay.
To the end of the cannon.
All right.
Briora, save us.
Just one little pass. Just.
Okay, so this is your cannon then?
Yeah, it's the Eldritch
Using
Cannon
the flamethrower, which is a dex save that it automatically fails.
I hope.
2d8.
Correct. Or I think it might be 3d8.
It might be
after
more now. We may need to update it
leveling.
since we haven't had our cohorts for a while. So,
I can check.
all
that,
right,
but
Alfred,
not important.
you stand up, ready your little wrist cannon here. Is your Eldritch Cannon mounted on your wrist and set ready to turn on the flamethrower and just start burning into this door. Give me a perception check.
All right.
Go and just unload on this thing and just start pumping. Go ahead and roll me the 2d8. Was that right?
It'll be 3d8.
Okay,
I
go ahead
looked
and roll
it
the
up.
3d8.
Wonderful.
Door just starts to crackle. What's left of the solid wood just starts to snap and break and crumble. Give it another wave. Finish her off.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, roll me another 3d8.
The beauty of magic, I don't have any ammo. I can do this all day.
Give me another perception check.
Hopefully I'll roll above a 10. There we go.
You go and you kind of start to ease up a little bit with that second wave. There's less and less wood to actually target as you're just melting away, burning away to ash what's left of this door. Little sense of glee, channeling some Infernus fire magic here, burning through this thing. But with your dirty 20, it finally hits your nose as that second wave's going, that the smell of burning flesh.
Alfred will sort of take some of the cloth that's around his neck and bring it up to cover his mouth a bit. And he'll try and just like make his way through the doorway as carefully as possible, not touching anything. He'll even go ahead and light a torch, just so he can have a little bit better of a time seeing around.
Okay. And we'll stick with your dirty 20 on the perception. The torch is just going to lower the DC on it. So as you go to inspect what you've been burning below, all of you guys upstairs in the main floor, just hearing this roar of fire coming from down below. Kiesel, oblivious to any of this going on, you're so far upstairs, don't know anything. Alfred's doing anything down here.
It's
But-
stone walls.
Yeah?
Do you guys want me to go check on Alfred downstairs?
That might be a good idea.
Stairs. And Lonan will turn around and head towards the stairs going downstairs to go
Yep.
check on Alfred.
So as you get to the top of the stairs and look down, you also having dark vision and can see Alfred's just like peeking through the remnants of a door as it is completely just collapsed next to him.
Is everything alright down there?
Yeah, you might want to hold your breath or just stay away. It smells quite bad down here. I think I might have found some more people.
Lonan will start heading down the stairs, gloved hand covering her nose and mouth.
Yeah, you passively picked it up as you hit the top of the stairs, the smell of this burning flesh. And Alfred, as you're actually peeking through and inspecting, you can see, you count at least 3 bodies that you can see, and you see where the source of the smell is, that there was one near the doorway. Just kind of leaned up against, and the arm has been burnt significantly from the flamethrower that you've been pouring through this door.
We'll try
Clearly, give me an investigation. We'll let you roll into your intel stats here. So Or a medicine, if you really want to roll wisdom, because, that's fun.
No, I'll roll investigation.
Okay. Nice. Another dirty 20.
20 on
With the 20, you did not kill this person. This person was long gone by the time you started running the flamethrower. No sense of guilt to go through your head that you've done something to this person beyond starting the process of cremation.
Wonderful. Alfred will sort of shift this body as best he can over to where the other two said are together on one side of the room.
They're just further away back into the room. They're not necessarily together.
Okay. Well, Alfred will just sort of shift this person out of the doorway at least before Loden gets up here.
Okay.
What other sorts of like things are in the room? Like sorts of tables, chairs, bookshelves.
Looking around, you see it's like a storage room, cellar storage. That there's a couple church pews that are in disrepair, need to be repaired, need to be fixed. One's, sitting lopsided or missing chunks here or there, or you quickly spot one that's got a couple curse words carved into it with somebody who's a little bit having too much fun with their knife during services. Probably could find that child upstairs somewhere. But beyond that, it's like it was a big storage room. There's not a whole lot of anything of utility. The main thing you notice is that even though you've just poured a bunch of flame onto this door, there is far more smoke damage in the inside of this chamber than from what you just did.
To that, is there any other sources of fire besides the entrance?
No.
Okay.
I'll also clarify that there are no windows. There's no other exits that you find in here. It's just a big open empty room with some pillars supporting the floor up above. And yeah, the odds and ends of old furniture that's been damaged, and a couple crates that are partially broken down that carried something at some point, but no clear utility to anything. Lona, are you downstairs now?
Yeah, she would. As soon as she gets downstairs, she would go over to the bodies and can I do a check to kind of see if I can determine how they died?
If the two of you want to conspire on this one and work together, one of you could make a medicine check with advantage.
I have a +2 to medicine.
Yeah, I could hold a light over, and if you want to take a look.
Yeah. Her hand covering her mouth, she'll kind of take a look over. Okay.
With a 12, and we'll throw in a little bit from your passive perception in general, just what you're observing.
Mm-hmm.
There's like distinct like smoke, just the dirty soot underneath the noses of the two individuals away from the fire. Lonan has some experience with fires that even with a 12, I'll give you that these people died of smoke inhalation probably.
Yeah. As she kind of realizes that, Alfred, you'd hear her kind of take in like a sharp intake of breath, even from behind her hand, and kind of straighten and wobbly step away.
Lonan? Is
Yeah,
everything alright?
I mean, I mean, we have 3 bodies in front of us, so obviously not.
I mean, sorry. I mean, what did you see?
Well, they died of smoke inhalation. I mean, just gonna look around, and I mean, other than the state of the door, I don't see where else a fire could have been.
But I mean, this entire place is made out of stone, so I don't see where, like, I don't see where enough fuel would have been for there to be enough fire to create this much smoke.
So, quick clarifying question, DM.
Mhm.
Said that there's smoke damage on the walls and the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any on the other items throughout the room?
A little bit. Uh, I'd say based off of the overall investigation that's been made of the room, just some sort of a source of fire and smoke was funneling smoke into this room and filling the room to some degree.
I'm gonna look up. Well, it's not unordinary for a place that, you know, is lit by torches and stuff to have smoke damage on the ceiling. But even that's a lot. Looks
Right.
like it got funneled down in here from another source. There's not enough other fire damage in here to really have been in here. And in all honesty, if they had been trapped in here with a fire, they wouldn't have died of smoke inhalation, they would have died of burning.
Right. And
Yeah, I'll
from my
clarify from
understanding,
Alfred's experience with going up to the door and seeing the door had been significantly torched before he got there.
Mm-hmm.
That is the only source of a fire that Alfred has seen. Alonin didn't get to see any
Yeah.
fire down here.
Yeah.
sorry, I just lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
No, you're good. That was
Smoke funneled in from somewhere.
right. There's not enough fuel for there to be this much smoke, and the door was charged when I got here, but that's not enough either. And if I recall correctly, any magical fires, they don't produce smoke. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean,
I think.
it would have to be a pretty big spell to even create all of this much smoke.
Well, I mean, that is something actually. You could create smoke with a spell.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it would be long enough to.
But that's pretty extensive just to kill these 3 people.
Right. How are the DM? How are the other 2 sort of like, I guess strewn about? The first individual was laying up against the door, I guess, sort of like pressed up against it, like they were trying to keep it shut.
No, they were next to the door.
Next to the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just inside the door, off to the left, just leaning up against. So when the fire was coming through from your flamethrower, it was catching their arm that was laying across in front of the door. The other two are just, all of them are just like they were seated, kind of huddled up, down low to the ground in the positions they're in, and then they're just leaning up against walls or laying on. The last one, the furthest one from the door, is laid over, kind of like they were sitting in fetal position with their knees pulled up to their chest, and then eventually fell over.
Another quick question. How old do these individuals look, and what races are they?
So, a lot of decay. They've been down here
Okay.
for a while. Honestly, probably in better shape than anybody else that you've seen body-wise in town. Simply because they have been subterranean in cool, cold cellar.
Basically a mausoleum.
Yeah. Um, Two of them are human. The one closest to the door and the one furthest to the door are human, and the other one is an elf. All of them wearing some form of cleric robes.
Do you think this could be... So for going off the idea that we're not just dealing with a clan getting revenge, but possibly a group worshipping, what was it, the Winter Queen?
I believe so.
Some sort of cult that's been mentioned already. Do you think they could have gone after them specifically because they're clerics of Briora?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. These people are insane. I don't know what they would do. Honestly, I don't think anything's off the table.
I mean, they're already worshipping a fairy tale.
Alfred will just shake his head. I just feel so bad for these people. It seems like they ran in here with no other place to go and barred themselves in and just had to wait for it.
I hope Noctalis granted them a swift death.
I don't think that there's anything else we can learn down here. So if it's all right with you, I'd like to go back upstairs.
She'll gonna step out of the way and gonna give him the space to go upstairs before her.
Alfred will just sort of give one last look behind him, and then he'll walk upstairs.
Lona will trip on 3 different steps on her way up.
All right. As you head back to the main floor where Zedri and Yofradir are, Aliona, back in the caves, unfortunately getting stuck. Well, you didn't get stuck. I guess you volunteered for babysitting duty this time, so
Yeah.
there is no TV or pizza, no access to the fridge. There is no perks of babysitting here.
I do have a dog.
That's true. You did get to keep the dog.
I did leave the dog specifically for that.
Yes.
So what is Aliona doing?
So, Aliona will, as the fire is starting to die a little bit, first light a torch to keep with her. Just, even though there's some light coming in, a little bit more. And then she'll wait for the kids to start waking up. Specifically, she's specifically Matana.
Okay.
Wants to pull her aside.
It's not long after the rest of them leave that Matana and some of the older kids start to wake.
Stand up and wave Matana over. Morning. Did you sleep well? No weird.
Yeah, I suppose.
Nothing weird happened. Or no dreams.
No, I mean, you don't do the thing where you look in people's heads stuff like the other guy, right?
No, that's not really something I can do.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I get some spirits in there.
You know, hey, it's daylight. That's cool.
Matana.
We should probably just leave the kids
Mhm.
to rest. You want to go talk over here? She kind of like points down
Sure.
the other chamber that heads out towards where Yofordir and Zedri sat the night before.
Alright, let's go talk. Actually, I went to your house yesterday and I forgot to give you this. She pulls out some of the clothes that she had uh gotten of Katana's and said, just thought you know want a little change. Clothes being here so long.
Oh, I mean this outfit's about as much part of me as it is clothing at this point. It'd be great to have something fresh. And she goes, just gives you a quick hug.
Hug her back. Actually, once the other kids wake up, if you could help me hand out some toys. I found some toys for everyone. I'm not sure exactly uh at what belongs to who exactly, but I'm sure between the two of us we can figure it out.
Uh, yeah, I mean, probably not do too bad figuring things out, but um, honestly, with how things have been down here, they've all been taught pretty well how to share. Um, I think
Well, well, as best as kids can. You know. I
that'll be nice.
yeah, um give everyone a little something more to do. So how are you holding up?
Uh, been better, been worse. I suppose. Okay. Yesterday was strange, but I guess a good
It was
strange.
strange. Yeah, some change is maybe a little hope.
Well, I mean, yeah. Aside from Helen, haven't seen any adults in a long time. Being able to see outside again. I mean, like, I'll come down here to the water from time to time and look out, but being able to see the village, even
Same.
if it was for a short period of time, it's
Yeah.
nice.
And Matana, she is the oldest one, right?
Yeah.
Here. Okay. I guess must be must be hard being the de facto adult around here.
Uh, some days are better than others. When Carwin's around, we usually try and split duties on who's in charge, who's got to deal with people, try and get a break from time to time, step away from everything, but it can get a bit draining.
I imagine you shouldn't have to be the adults. It's
Yeah,
growing up fast isn't. I I understand, but not something anyone hopes for. But it seems you've been doing a wonderful job. The kids are lucky to have you.
she blushes a little bit. Thanks, I do what I can. So, you and, Gilfredir.
And me and you for dear? What about us?
I mean, like, you like serious?
I'd say so. No, we've
That's
been
cool.
together quite a while. Yeah. Why, you got someone?
Immediately, like, gets a little bit bashful. No, nothing like that.
Don't bullshit me.
Yeah, there's a boy. I mean,
There is. Why don't you tell me about him?
he's a nice guy most of the time.
Most
Sometimes
of the time?
sometimes he picks on me and stuff, but just I do some of the same. So, but he's all right. I don't know if he really cares.
All right.
I mean, better than most of the other boys around here. So, but it's kind of not really been anything to think too much on that front. With all of this going on.
Don't really have time to think about that. Shoot, we'll look back at the other kids as they start walking. So is he back there?
No. He went with Helen.
Oh.
He usually goes. We take turns, but he goes more often than I do. So, he should be coming back today, I guess.
Yeah. So it's him and a couple others.
Yeah. There's 3 others that are there now. I don't know if all 4 will come back. Usually only a couple come back each time. That way they got room in case need to cart anybody else. I've only been there twice. It's pretty nice.
I imagine so. I'm glad at least you have someone around.
Got us
I'm
food
sure.
and equipment. I suppose we'd probably. I'm not sure how we'd be if she hadn't shown up.
Thanks, Sephora or Briora, that she did.
Oh yeah. Does a quick Briora rain half-heartedly. So, why'd you? Where'd the others go?
They went to check out more of the town. They didn't get to didn't get around to everything yesterday, so I think they were going to the temple. Just thought I'd stay back and maybe help you out a little bit.
I can handle things if
Well,
you wanna.
I know you can, but you shouldn't have to.
Just kind of give it a kind of a winking look, kind of, if you wanna be with him, I can handle things down here. I don't mind the company. It's nice, and you're not going to pick through my memories or anything, so that's good.
You can be sure I won't, unless you want to tell me them.
That's a different conversation, but
I think now that I guess after talking about him a little bit and Matana opening it up, she's like, well, maybe I will leave it you a little longer. But
sure. I can. If
say
you want to
the
wait, we
word.
can hand stuff out later, or I could hand the stuff out if you want me to hand it out. But
Okay.
give you credit for being, Life Day celebration. Kind of missed that this year.
Yeah, well, maybe we can have our own little thing. A little Life Day celebration of our own.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe make sure he doesn't get into too much trouble. He has a tendency to do that.
Yeah. This family's an interesting one.
It is.
A few. I mean, Aiden's cool, but for dear, a little bit more trouble. Not like bad trouble. I don't mean no offense. Not meaning anything bad about him. Just a little bit more of a hothead from time to time. Ivor's a little bit more calculated. Taught me how to use a blade. Not you, for dear. Ivor.
Right. At the mention of Ivor, Elena's face will drop a little bit.
I'm sure he's fine. With everybody else.
Matana, I'm going to be honest with you because you deserve it. She takes her a little farther away from the others. We did find some people yesterday, and
okay, that sounds like that should be a good thing, but you don't sound like you're telling me something good.
They weren't. They had passed. We just found you. We didn't find everyone. But unfortunately, Ivor was one of the people we found.
She just stands there for a moment. She gives a quick sniffle, and she goes and just runs her arm across her eyes.
Eliana will pull her into a little hug.
She kind of just like holds back a little bit at first. You didn't find my dad?
No, I didn't.
You didn't find my mom?
No.
They're probably okay.
Sure they are. They're
Ivor probably died trying to stop them. He wouldn't have let things happen.
Warrior heart.
I'm sure my dad's, he tracked him.
Yeah. We'll find him.
Yeah. You go ahead and be with for dear. I got this. I can handle things. She goes, just wipes her eyes again, quick. In a kind of a one face and then she wipes her eyes and she pulls her arms away. She looks more composed.
She'll take Matana's face and just kind of wipe the tears from her cheeks and say, I don't. If you're holding anything back for my sake, don't. If you're holding anything back for your sake, don't. If let yourself feel, okay?
Give me a
You do it.
persuasion check.
Okay.
I don't like her odds of beating a 27 with a child's
should.
stats.
It's
Yeah.
good advice. She should take it.
You just see like a few tears, like she loses that look of composure, and a few tears like well up in the corners of her eyes. I'll just take a few moments. I'll be fine.
Take as long as you need.
I gotta,
And-
put on a strong face for the kids.
I understand. But just take your time, okay? And she'll kiss her on the forehead.
Don't
And-
tell the rest of them.
Of course not. Your secret's safe with me.
No, I mean about Ivor. Some of the other kids trained it with him, looked up to him. He did most of the
Okay.
training in the village for the youth. Yeah. The job's hard enough as it is, trying to keep all these kids in line. And, I don't need a bunch of sobbing toddlers on top of it.
Would make things harder.
Only, yeah, definitely make things harder. I'll be okay.
Okay. I know you will be. She's like, I know you will be. You're drunk like your father. And then she'll leave Matana to her, her time alone and
Okay.
head back to the front of the cave.
All right. Salinas, standing on your cliffside, taking in the lovely view. Folk at your side, a little bit uncomfortably.
This is a rare sight for Salinas. He gets to watch the sunrise.
That's
I
pretty
think-
fair.
I
He
think-
probably
yeah, I
has been
definitely
up
think
there
Salinas-
since sunrise.
He probably did watch the sunrise.
Sorry, I can never stop.
We were too sad for a second. We needed a joke to.
Oh.
Or
So, what's Salinas doing? And do we need to Jeff him?
no.
Okay.
I mean, he's not doing anything in particular. He's just sort of watching the sunrise, keeping watch over the keeping watch over the ships.
Okay.
I mean, seeing if he sees anything, keeping watch on the skies, see if he sees anything.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Not the worst.
14. You got not a great angle to be able to see a few of the boats, the longboats of the clan parked down in the bay down below. It's not a great angle to be able to see anything down there, but you can catch just like the tips of a couple of the boats. With a 14, over the time that you're standing out there, you see maybe one ship far off in the distance, heading west to east across the horizon.
flag flying on it, or is it too far away?
Too far away. Just be able to make out just enough of a shape against the horizon line.
Okay.
No dragons. Nothing flying behind you. Nothing out in the water beyond the one ship that you notice. Pretty quiet.
Salinas isn't doing much at the moment.
Okay. All right. And returning back to the temple, Yofadir and Zedri. Yofadir a little battered from his hit on the door. Zedri, I don't think we rolled for you attempting to hit the door, or did you?
No, not yet.
All right, you want to give me athletics?
Yes, but Zidri knows his own strength, and he is not about to just go up and lay into this thing.
Okay.
He is going to kind of like wring his hands ever so slightly on his approach, and he's going to cast Enhance Ability.
Okay.
So that he can give himself. I don't think he's ever given anybody bull strength, but he'll do it. So
I think once,
once. Okay.
if I remember, like when you first got it, I think.
Oh, maybe I was real gung ho about it. And then I will go ahead and roll my amazing +0 check.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Well, I guess Yofadir's 1920 on a disadvantage had to kill somebody's roll somewhere, so.
It's a heavy door.
So how do you hit this door? Are we using...
Zedric kind of looks it over, and he feels like the best thing would be to punch like right next to like the edge of the door. Does it have like hinges on it?
So there's like
so
a metal
opposite the
banding that
hinges.
goes across, that comes across from a metal hinge to the left.
Yeah, so he'll go in and he'll punch like just right below the metal banding. Just fist.
Okay,
Just
I
go.
thought you're gonna punch the actual metal.
Hit right on the wood, right
Still
below
punching
the
the
banding.
door.
And just impact. You just feel it reverberate back through your hand, shaking your hand. Not to the point that you take any sort of damage from it, but just gotta shake your hand as you just lose a little bit of feeling. Still learning all those monk moves. Maybe shouldn't have held your hand maybe exactly that way to punch a door.
Would you consider this to be an attack on the door?
Yeah.
Could I possibly take my unarmed strike as my bonus action on the door then?
Have at it.
With my other hand?
You said I cast fist.
Would this be athletics again, or do you want me to roll unarmed strike on the door?
You can do either one.
Okay.
If you want to do the athletics again to get the advantage.
It's got to be good at some point. Decent.
It improved. You sense the door jostle, but it doesn't give. Feel like you're damaging like the hinge end of things where you've been hitting, but you know what, Zedri, give me an investigation. Don't know, just really can't conclude one way or the other what's holding this door, because there's no... It's not locked. Yofadir already tried that. It's just something is obstructing the door from opening.
Is Yofadir sitting up, or is he still laying down after his possible concussion?
Yeah, no, he would have gotten up at this point, and he's like, alright, well, guess we'll do it this way. And he'll grab his axe and just sort of swing at the hinges themselves.
Okay. Make an attack roll against the door. Critical Role might have their door problem. We just attack them.
Yep, just smash through it if you can't. Open it.
24.
We smash it or burn it.
Go ahead and roll damage.
We get through doors.
One way or
Eventually.
another.
We get through doors.
Eventually.
Go and just like start. You don't have to keep rolling. Just start hacking away at this door, chipping away at the wood. It starts to splinter. Pieces start to give way, giving you a view into the room, which both of you being able to catch sight of appears to be a fairly Spartan bedroom of some sort. You can catch a glimpse of there's a simple chest off to the left, and back to the right, looking back the other direction through the hole that you're making as you go. You see a simple bed. Continue to cleave away at the door until it finally there's
Until we
not
get
much
in.
door left.
Yep.
Pulling the pieces away to open it up. Find doesn't take you very long before you need to roll perception. That a boy you over there. Disadvantage beat Zedri's roll. Even with a 10, both of you quickly pick up on the smell of a body on the other side, and as you're pulling away these door panels, that there's somebody propped up against the door. That's what's been impeding your ability to push the door open, is that there's a body there. Individual looks like a cat folk. Fairly good amount of decomposition, and not wearing any sort of clerical robes or anything like that. Looks like pretty common clothing. Jofrid, you don't recognize the individual. Fairly confident this is not somebody from your village.
I don't know if this person's from here.
Why would they be from somewhere else?
I don't know. A lot here that doesn't make sense. Can I search the body for
Sure.
anything?
Give me an investigation.
Zidri is going to assist
Okay.
by. Oh. Well, hey.
It's not too bad.
Well, his assist would move you back to a normal roll, so just go ahead and give a normal roll. So we don't know whether to say the 18 or the 7 was the... It was definitely that 7, apparently.
Cool.
Okay, well, that false implication is not going to apply here, but... Go search the body, and you just actually end up coming back with blood on your hands. It doesn't seem... You don't find anything in possessions. It's just general gross heebie-jeebies as you go and pull away. Jofrid, I suppose, isn't going to have that feeling, but any normal person that doesn't deal with dead bodies on a regular basis, just kind of like gross touching of skin and other things as you were trying to search pockets on the outfit. But find 2 copper coins.
He'll leave them. Maybe we'll find more clues somewhere else.
What about the chest? And Zidri will point over to it.
Probably empty, but I suppose we could check it. And I'll go check the chest.
Insides, blanket, couple altar cloths.
Nothing out of the ordinary here.
Then we continue. Zadriel just kind of like stand near their body. Do we need last rites?
No harm in doing it. Don't seem like a warrior. Even if they're not from
Right.
here, they deserve decent burial.
Then Zadriel gather the body.
All right. Kiesel. Seems like forever ago you were upstairs and looking through hallways. Do you continue to ascend?
Not without the security and safety of the rest of my team. I'm getting the heebie-jeebies just being up here alone by myself. So
Okay.
I'm gonna skitter scatter and get at her downstairs. Actually,
Okay.
oh shit, where is everybody?
You'd
I'm
make
coming
your way back down the
stairs.
stairs and find your way back to Zedri and Yoferdir. As they start to exit out of this room that you could see this chipped away and destroyed door. And a few moments later, Alfred and Lonan shadow the doorway. The five of you being reunited here.
I got the heebie-jeebies and didn't feel comfortable exploring by myself.
Probably. We found 3 more downstairs.
Any more recognizable tattoos like that we found before?
But
Honestly, I didn't check for tattoos.
I mean, was it like obvious, or was it like? I mean, if it was obvious, you would have said you seen something, but it wasn't. So
No, they were priests from this temple. It seemed like they were just hiding in that room and succumbed to smoke inhalation.
Certainly. But they weren't. Oh, excuse me. I'm still working on my cough from yesterday. No burn marks. They weren't all crispy.
No. I mean, one had burn marks, but I think that might have been me incidentally. He was near the door, and I was getting through the door, and. But anyways, no, I don't think anything from anyone else.
So just 3 dead bodies.
But
assume smoke inhalation.
Yeah, that was the perplexing thing, is that there was all the smoke inhalation and soot and ash around in the room, but where was the source of the fire? It was on the outside of the door. It was partially charred, but there's not enough wood there to create that much smoke to do that.
Yeah, but when you just, when you decide to pull out a scimitar every, couple months and cast that green flame from your blade, you're not having to feed it wood to keep it going, are you?
Right, but I don't think it produces smoke.
Was one of them a woman?
Sorry?
Was one of them a woman? one of the bodies downstairs?
Yes.
2
What?
humans and an elf.
Guilford is gonna start walking downstairs.
Alfred will follow.
Zidri has the catfolk in his arms and is gonna like follow behind and say, "You ever get secrets?"
I'll look towards Zedri. More family members, maybe.
Maybe. How about we put the catfolk on one of the pews? So you don't. For now, while we finish investigating.
Right.
This time the
Zero.
doors push open again and Aliona steps through. To see
Hey.
Zedri placing a body in a pew.
Oh no.
Hello. Oh wait, now I'm walking downstairs.
Is everything alright with the kids?
Oh, they're great. But is everything okay here? But there's what's happened?
4 dead found so far.
3 downstairs.
Oh,
Yofredir's going to help identify.
Maybe we should go with him. Or we could go back upstairs. I haven't finished exploring that, but I think we might be best to move as a group. I don't know.
Eliona has already started going downstairs.
And I'll kind of do this, and I'll kind of linger my way.
Do you want me to go upstairs with you, Kiesel?
I think we might move as a group on that one. Like I said, I'd hate to get jumped on and nobody hear about it.
Hey, Zedri, did anyone go through the... I'm just gonna point at the locked door on the other side of the temple room.
We were waiting on Alfred. It's locked.
Oh, I can open it.
Okay. Zidri's like lingering near the body on the pew. Can we grab the other 3 downstairs? They need funerary rites.
I mean, I have a feeling we're gonna find more, so we might just want to do that after we found all of them.
Right.
And I mean that with the respect to them is we're finding a lot of people.
Zedri, catfolk important? Do we know?
Not from Snowed Skull. Weird thing.
Not from Snowed Skull, so either on holiday or an invader. Do they have weapons? Tattoos?
2 copper pieces.
Oh. Pilgrim. I'm getting better at it.
Yes, you are.
It's better when you're not hysterical. No, when I was talking about me, not you.
Could you please help unlock? And Zidri's just gonna point towards the door for Lonan.
So yeah, Lonan's heading over there and she's gonna pull out. It almost looks like a crochet hook and a thin needle. What do I roll to order?
Roll for crochet.
What do I roll for thieves' tools?
These tools. Do you not have these tools listed in your skills?
Nope.
Well, let's just get that fixed real quick.
I'm gonna crochet the sickest fucking key for this door.
A yarn key is wild.
This lock needs a double stitch.
I said it looks like Alright.
Just need select proficiency. You should be good now.
Awesome.
While she's pitching lot, I think my food's at door.
13.
1 sec.
Hey, can I give Lonan my inspiration so that she can re-roll that?
I have inspiration I can use if it doesn't work.
Then can
Hey.
Lennon use her own inspiration?
I'm willing
Yeah.
to give you one.
You don't need to.
It does not go.
Okay, I'll try again. Inspiration. Does a
It's
15?
better.
You go and work at this lock and just feel like gonna lose your thieves tool, that it's going to snap. The tumbler gives, and the latch opens. DC 15.
Ah, nice.
Yay.
She'll kind of slowly push the door open and poke her head in.
Pushing the door open. I can open that up for you. Looking inside, see a couple chests. Fancy, well-made chests. Some gold ornamentation to them. Off to the right, and off to the left is just shelves mounted to the walls. Various. There's some bowls and cups. Look like pretty good ceramic work. Definitely seems out of place in this part of the country, but probably important to some degree. Nothing of any significant value that jumps out to you. And there's a torch on the far wall that's unlit.
She'll step into the room and do you see any dead bodies?
No, this room is clean.
Alright, that's actually first good news we've had all day.
All right. So did we end up with 3 and 3? Aliona,
I think so.
Jofridir, Alfred went downstairs. Okay. Inspecting downstairs, you do not find. You find 3 individuals that Alfred had found before. All 3 are female. Female human by the door. I'm not gonna make you roll unless you want to roll. You can roll if you want to roll history checks, but you're gonna be familiar enough with these people. You should be fine. Of course, your mind is a little bit off right now, so maybe we should make you roll.
Yeah, why not?
They all look familiar. We'll put it that way.
I'm typically decent at those.
I'll say DC 5.
Go ahead and roll 2 more.
Could I roll as well? See if Alion recognizes them.
Sure.
Oh, 1 more 8. 1 more 8. Oh.
8, 6.
Jofridir's head's just a little bit too foggy that he needs Aliona to save the day here.
Oh no.
Okay, well, up until that last one. So, Jofridir, you can't place, just based off of the damage to the bodies, your head feeling a little bit, you're swimming a little bit from the lack of sleep. You can't place who these individuals are, but Aliona, surprisingly enough, does recognize 2 of them. As the first one is the elven woman, which was the one in the middle, as Sulwyn, Sulwyn, and recognize the human by the door as Creely, Kreeli, another female human. Both of them were individuals you kind of just met in passing, but Aliona's kind of got steel trap mind as to remembering these things, that these were individuals that worked with Yofredir's mother in the temple, but definitely none of them are Yofredir's mother.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you'll almost hear Yofredir breathe a sigh of relief, or just giving like a bit of a nod. And turning back to Saint Eliana. Is everything alright? Children.
Oh, the children are okay. They had things handled.
I'm glad you came up with us.
She looks at you. Oh, what did you do to your head? And she pulls out a little
Bumped the
handkerchief
door
and
upstairs.
starts wiping the blood away.
Just a bump on the door upstairs. A
Bump
trick.
on the door? What are you doing?
Door was stuck. Had to open it. Turns out the
I
ad
guess,
worked a lot better.
yeah, as it tends to do. You were never good at using your head.
Not around there. Suppose
It
I'll
looks
help
back at
get these up with the other.
Alfred
and
say anything during any of this?
Alfred's just gonna third wheel and let them have their moment.
Yes.
There's no room for a
Yes.
fire heart in this
Good boy.
conversation.
Good boy.
Leave room for Infernus. With like a meter stick in your hand.
yeah.
I guess a yardstick since we're, miles and stuff.
All right.
So from what I remember of the two people I did recognize, would she know if either of them had children?
Neither of them had children
Okay.
that you're aware of.
Right.
Okay. So you guys proceed to attempt to help with moving bodies upstairs.
Attempt.
Lonan, Zedri, Kiesel, having inspected this room, found nothing of any significance. Waiting upstairs. As you all, the six of you, reconvene in the chapel area. Salinas, still chilling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll me another perception.
Or
Is Salinas okay?
Is Salinas ever
I
okay?
mean,
Are any of us okay?
Fair.
All right, Salinas, as you're entering this watch being fairly long at this point, with a 10, you spot a small, honestly doesn't look much more than a rowboat with a sail on it approaching. It's still quite a ways off. It'll take a decent amount of time for it to get there, but it catches your sight.
I mean, I think would be in character for Salinas to kind of a small poof, a black cat appears kind of at the base of the rocks, and send the cat to head over. Just keep an eye on the people in the old lighthouse.
Okay.
If I saw that that's where they went.
Yeah, you would have been able to see that from your vantage point. As you guys are moving bodies about, Gal Frank comes strutting inside the front door. Nice.
I do voice act the parties.
All right. What are we doing, team?
If everyone's back, I guess we can
Just
try and go upstairs. and see if there's anything else to find up there.
Well,
All right.
set up then.
Everybody going?
Yeah.
I think so. No more split party.
Well,
Well, except for
Salinas is watching the ships come in.
Yeah,
Usual.
Whoa.
yeah. I don't think Salinas counts right now.
He's got his proxy in place, so.
Yeah, we've
Oh,
only
should we,
got-
Do marching order?
So it's like pitch black where we're going. It's dark.
I was going to find,
I mean, can canonically Alfred have his torch still out?
Yeah.
I don't think it's been
puff
that
your
long.
flamethrower every once in a while.
It's totally safe, I swear.
Ah,
oh, that is not what
There's
I
no
wanted to do.
OSHA here.
There needs
There.
to be.
no fantasy ocean.
Galfrank's on the map.
Frank.
Okay. You guys don't need to worry about the map, though, because I don't have a continuous map that can continue to go up floor by floor by floor, because...
Wait, you didn't have a fourth map?
No.
We've been spoiled enough already today.
Yeah, walking out of the chapel area around the corner to go up the stairs, seeing Dalfrange go first and be like, "Hello, kitty," and keep watching.
The cat also gives him a nod.
All right. As you all head up the stairs, retracing Kiesel's steps, you go up about 20 foot of stairs, turn a corner, head down a long hallway with no doors, no windows, head up another 20 foot of stairs, reach a long hallway with a few windows facing out over the village. Pretty nice viewpoint. Gather you're not far off from about the height that Salinas was at when you saw him up on the cliffside. Go up another... As you turn the corner going past these windows, you can see that there's quite a bit more light up ahead. And as you turn one more corner, you head up into daylight. Exit out onto the top of the lighthouse. And I'm just going to put you guys in a random order. Actually, just kind of an alphabetical order type thing. And Zedri. Zedri's apparently leading the party here, so...
It's not alphabetical.
Reverse
No,
alphabetical.
reverse alphabetical, sorry.
Okay.
I added them to the map in alphabetical, but they were being added at the back of the line, so... And Lonan just ends, for whatever reason, Lonan's at the top of the order every time, for some reason. Everybody else is alphabetical. I don't get it.
Don't know.
What an special.
I might. What feats do I have? I have alert. So I have a +5 to initiative. That might be why.
Maybe, yeah. You guys, as you step out back into the sunlight, you find yourself under a pretty damaged and impartial canopy of... There are 4 pillars, stone pillars, around this little stone base that has charred wood stacked as a beacon fire on top of it. Hasn't burned in a long time from what you can just first glance. And then there's 4 additional pillars that stretch out a little bit further and that form the rest of the canopy supports. And then there's buttresses going up towards the center point. But then it's open air with a little half wall stone railing around the whole thing. As you're exiting out the top of the stairs, you come up on your right on the cliffside looking down to the ocean. there to the top of the map.
Yeah, Zilford heads to the top and takes in the view of the water that he's probably seen multiple times from this point. He'll kind of take an extra look using his amazing eagle eyes that he has. Kind of look over the water, see if there's anything that kind of catches his eye.
Amazing eagle eyes on a normal day. Let's see what those perception check give you.
Well, I can see up to a mile without issue, so. The perception roll says otherwise, though.
We'll say your eagle eyes gives you a lower DC for most things, but as you all like exit out onto this platform top of the lighthouse, you can catch a glimpse of Salinas. Isn't too terribly far off, 150, 200 feet back to the west, to the left side of the map. Aside from that, not a whole lot of activity. A little bit of clouds going across the ocean, or off in the distance over top of the ocean.
Did you say that the lighthouse was lit?
No, it is not lit.
No.
Does not appear to have been lit in a long time.
Okay. You know, since we're waiting for somebody, I got two things. We could light the lighthouse and show that there's signs of life here. Maybe we can get some aid, or maybe expedite whoever we're waiting for to get over here quicker. Or we light the lighthouse and we let whoever did this know that they didn't finish the job. Just a conversation that I want to throw out there. I don't have any real plans. I just figured we should talk about that.
I mean, that's presuming they're still watching the place. Which, if they have been, then they would have already seen Helen coming back and forth with the kids.
I have a feeling there's something still here, but they may not be watching out for anybody coming, but more. Oh no. There's something still in the village.
And even if they're not necessarily watching for anything, literally lighting a beacon is a good way to catch someone's attention.
Mm-hmm.
But in my opinion, honestly, whatever the outcome is, whether it's receiving quicker aid or receiving whatever adversary we're up against, I think we should light the beacon.
Mm-hmm.
Not against it. We don't have many other leads or any other ideas, really.
Zedri, what do you think? Do you have any other ideas? Or any feelings about this?
Zedri's actually going to turn towards Aliona and say, I think you should speak your thoughts.
Well, I don't think it's a good idea. If we're going to, if we light up the lighthouse, let people know that there are people, let whoever may be seeing it, know that there are people here that could put the children in danger, that could unwanted attention. I really don't think it. I don't know. It's not. It's not my decision to make, but and it's I don't have the same experience, and I know you're all very capable, but I just worry.
I gotta agree with Alyona. Is like, for the safety of the kids, I mean, nothing has happened in a while, luckily, that we know of, but it might be best to keep a low profile. Not let them know that anyone's found what's going on.
No, you're absolutely
Uh,
right. It could bring unwanted attention, and we're not prepared for that yet.
Right, and if it wasn't unanimous, we shouldn't light the beacon. It's something that we can't take back.
Then we shall remain laying low.
This is a good lookout point. It might be nice to have someone up here to watch, like Silliness. And Zidra will point off the 200 feet that Silliness is.
Yeah,
What do
we should go reconvene with Salinas
Mhm.
and sort of update him with what's going on.
Yeah.
Or at least now that we know where he is.
I've had Folk hanging out with him since I noticed him up on the rocks.
Oh, well, at least he's not alone then.
Yeah.
If a cat could look exasperated,
Gagged even.
Lonan's gonna look over at the cat. You are an extension of him.
So, is he looking right now? Can you tell?
I think you're muted, Conrad.
am I?
No, I think
there
you're
you
just.
go.
I think your mic just wasn't picking you up for a second.
I don't know if I wasn't talking.
Oh.
Oh, you were mouthing
I was just
something.
making faces at you.
He was making There's a cat making faces at Lonan.
The cat can't talk at you. To give you looks.
uh,
What's everybody
Should
looking
we-
at as we're standing up here?
I guess we're all staring at the cat.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Zidri's staring at the wood.
there's Cat.
Should we follow you? We can see where Salinas is over there.
kind of struggling looking around because of the sunlight. So she's really just like keeping her gaze down because the sunlight hurts her eyes right now.
Lonan, are you okay? Do you want to go back downstairs?
Oh no, it takes me a bit to adjust to this much sunlight again. The boat was hell.
Oh, okay. I mean, just let me know if there's anything we can do for you.
Ah, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, girlfriend, I see the way I guess. Or do a flip.
The cat's gonna roll its eyes and just walk over to Kiesel, just kind of like put its paws up on his legs.
Yeah.
I mean, I know where Salinas is because I can sense where Folk is.
I was looking for one of my cats. I can't find them. So
problem.
I grant the uppies to the cat.
So then I guess we meander down.
I can get Salinas.
Oh, I guess if that saves us.
That was that was the most ominous thing Zedri's ever said.
You have to factor in he's unwell.
Zedri will step to like the edge where you said he was off to the west.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, Zedri will kind of like wander off over towards the west and just say, "I can go pick him up and bring him back here."
Oh, you'll turn into something and bring him back?
Like a
Yeah.
big eagle.
Be careful.
Yeah, I will point
Yeah,
out that it's
I
not
mean-
like easygoing level terrain across this cliffside. It's quite jagged and messy, but depending what you have in mind, it may not pose a problem. But
No, I mean, Zedru will wild shape extremely similar to his firebird. Like that same kind of like plumes
okay.
of flame, but then they kind of settle down. And he's a big old eagle, because I can turn into a giant eagle now.
Nice.
Nice.
Right,
Well,
Zedri perches on
great.
the edge of the little half wall here as a giant eagle.
Let us know if you see anything else.
Has Aliona seen him wild shape yet?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. The worst
I think this is also Lonen's first time seeing him wild shape too.
Well, the worst part about Zedri's
Is
wild
it?
shapes is that he also like self-immolates before he actually turns into the animals. So,
Oh yeah, no, this is absolutely.
Zedri steps to
What
the
the
side,
fuck?
starts himself on fire, and turns into a bird.
Yeah, no, he's full anime girl.
Yeah,
Oh
and,
my
and no-
God.
everyone else just doesn't react. Just like, yeah.
I'm still getting used to their normal, so don't look at me.
Mm.
I
Oh,
can't do
oh.
anything like that.
He's okay.
Are you sure?
please don't make me make bird noises to show that I'm okay.
I
There is
mean,
the consistent thing of all of Zedri's wild shapes is that whenever he turns into an animal, there's like almost like a scarf of flame like around the neck of the animal as an identifier.
You're not
So-
making it more normal.
Hey, I'm an eagle with a scarf. What do you want? Aviator goggles? This I'm not. Listen.
This is Cybil's spear. This is pretty normal for us.
we got a guy that sleeps under or in a rock, a guy who sets himself on fire and turns into animals.
Okay.
It's actually like, and then you got Alfred who's just like really smart and stuff, and then a lady who can talk to a dragon. That's actually fairly, like, those are just two like outliers. Everything else is pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really tame from being infected and almost turning into a mushroom thing and stuff.
You're gonna have to tell me everything that happened to you at one point because
As far as I can
There's
tell,
many
they've been on
stories.
some interesting adventures. When I met them, we went and killed a cyclops. 3 cyclops.
We
Okay.
needed their eyes.
Alright. I had some more questions than answers. Okay.
They saved me from being my blood being drained by a crazy person, so
That was something. We literally ripped the cords out of you.
We were in
Yeah.
a hurry. I'm sorry.
I mean Zedri wanted to kill me when y'all first met me, so
But he
He
didn't.
can't defend himself.
Is the bird still here, or did he fly away?
No, I've flown away.
Okay. Then good.
Good, good.
I-
Good.
admittedly I've forgiven him for it by now, so
To be fair, it was a bit strange. It wasn't me that suggested killing you.
It was also very unlike Zedri.
With all the effort that went into taking all of the things out of your arms, I would have been very upset if we did.
I
And
feel
this
like
is
you've
after
taken off of me.
the lady I was traveling with had her arms turned into swords apparently, and I still haven't gotten the full story on that one.
Oh yeah, and one of the trees was alive and bleeding too.
It's weird.
I'm gonna go back downstairs and start bringing the bodies to the chapel room, if anyone wants to help me.
Yeah. I'll
I'm going to have to hear everything, all of this. Whenever you have time.
give you a hand, Moden.
as you 5 retreat back downstairs, stories being told, things being conveyed as you descend. Zedri, flying over Salinas, keeping your watchful eye on everything. A little bit of special attention being paid to the sailboat, but notice a giant eagle with a lovely scarf of flame coming off of it, flying over in your direction.
A familiar sight.
I mean, I don't know if I've seen him be an eagle before, but it'd be that weird.
It's got the I'm Zedri name tag on the front, so you're good.
Yeah.
Zedri, just flying over there. You landing? What are we doing?
Yeah, try to find perch on the, I guess, craggy area. Hopefully it's semi-flat where Folk and Salinas are.
Yeah, they got a nice little place to stand. Folk just stares at you the whole time that you're flying in.
Okay. Listen, I need judgment from this Drake. But yeah, Zedri will land, and he'll kind of stare at Salinas for a little bit, just to make sure, quick cursory glance with my eagle eyes, just like Yofridir, that the Salinas is okay. At least
Insight check.
exteriorly. Wait, what kind of check did you say?
Well, okay, you want to know if he's okay externally from a physical perspective?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
then a medicine check.
Woo, okay, cool. I will take that.
I was like, oh no, that's more than I signed up for.
Yes.
Don't see any signs of injury. Folk slowly
Zedri.
moves over towards you, sniffing the air the whole time.
Zedri will drop out of it and just turn back into his Fireheart self.
This folk just like exhales through the nose and turns back and goes back to her little spot perch watching out over the ocean.
Salinas, could you come back with us?
He'll nod his head.
Is everything okay?
Yes.
He's just gonna keep climbing down.
Okay. I mean, I can fly us back if you would like.
So he kind of waves his hand. He's picking his way down on his. You'll notice he's taken his boots off and kind of have them kind of set next to him. And so as he turns, he picks them up and with his hooves kind of picks his way down the rocks without a ton of effort.
Okay, we are going this way. And Zedri is going to try to scale down the cliffside a lot more clumsily than Salinas.
Folk will probably just fly off towards the lighthouse.
Both want to give me
I mean, fair.
athletics or acrobatics for Zedri and Salinas.
Pretty good.
You get to follow him down. You get to see where good foot placements are.
I think I have a full-on monk.
Hopefully I don't
thing
make
for
a
this
fool of
now.
myself.
It's slow
Man.
going, but since you're leading the way, Salinas, getting the lower score is okay, because just means you take it a little bit slower every time you hit a rough spot and slide a little bit, catch yourself, and just slowly descend. But make it down unscathed. Nobody falls to the point of danger of any sort. You find yourself back at the base of the cliff. The two of you. Folk waits patiently at the bottom, having flown down and just standing there.
Yeah, and he starts heading back towards the. Where did Zedri say that we were reconvening? They at the cave or at the lighthouse?
I think he just said with everybody else. I don't think he clarified.
Okay, then Salinas is going to start walking towards the lighthouse then.
Okay. The rest of
Cedric's
you.
gonna.
Oh, go ahead, Cedric.
Cedric's just gonna catch up and just make a point to tell Salinas. I said that it would be quick. This is much slower. And he'll just kind of keep pace with Salinas.
The rest of you, as you descend the staircase back down to the main floor, regaling Aliona with stories that prompt more questions than answers. But
I love it,
interesting
though,
all the
too.
same.
Like, way better than any stories I've heard at the tavern.
You definitely have new ones.
Yeah.
You find your way back to the main floor, and say those that are going to move bodies from the basement, you guys be coming back up the stairs with those bodies about the time that Salinas and Zedri would arrive.
Salinas opens the door to Alfred and Lonan and Yofred are each carrying a body.
Yeah, I guess we'll just all place them together on the pews or on one of them.
There you two are.
Yes.
Where'd you been, Salinas?
Just watching.
Watching
Alright.
what?
Ship pull into harbor.
Oh. Maybe Helen, then. Because we should get down there and look.
Salinas, are you okay?
Her voice sounds rough.
Long night. You have a dream?
Nightmare.
Insight check.
We're all insight checking that.
Even Alfred's suspicious.
Let's see how he can do.
So, do you got a D20 on you? Because remember, we are still under the rolls in the tower are public at the moment. So.
Oh.
Of course he has a D20.
I have to get up. I don't think it's. I'm not that worried.
Okay.
If someone wants to watch the stream and see what the tower roll was, treat it like a Jeffin.
Oh, yeah. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Edry's just respecting that Salinas might want to keep some secrets, and it might have been hard for him, so.
Salinas is convincing. To all of you.
Yeah.
Alright. suppose we'll get down there then. From the cat folk that was in the one room, the female cat folk, was there any kind of like symbolage or anything on her that I noticed?
That you found. Very. I mean, there was some damage to the clothing that it's hard to place exactly how they ended up in the state that they're in. But it's very poor clothing. This person clearly had very little. 2 coppers specifically. No jewelry, no tattoos, no distinctive hairstyles, no really anything to identify them away from anybody else other than you don't recognize them. And confidently don't recognize them. Not, hey, I can't place this. This is, you confidently know this person is not somebody that was residing in the village the last time you were here.
Lonan, you told me about the knife y'all found. Do you have it?
Kiesel should have it.
It had someone's name on it or something. It's in Dwarvish, and it's not made by a blacksmith or a master crafter.
May I'll reach out and take it from Kiesel.
As they're doing this, Lonan is going to pull out 4 silver coins, and she's going to put 1 under each of the tongues of the deceased.
Okay. As Kiesel and Lonan and Jofrider have this little exchange, what are the other 4 doing?
In the chest that we found, there were cloth.
There's a blanket and a couple altar coverings, altar cloths.
Okay. Zedri will just ask anybody who's available, will you help me wrap the deceased?
Gotcha.
Yeah, Alfred will also
Yes,
make
we'll just-
himself available.
I will help.
Okay, so 4 of you are working with the bodies. Lonan is placing her coins. Kiesel's handing a knife to Jofridir. Okay. Jofridir, see this knife outstretched towards you. No real poor quality. Nothing that really stands out to you as anything recognizable. You can see just in the process of Kiesel handing it out to you. Kiesel, are we handing it properly, or are you handing it blade first? Okay. So you can see the handle clearly as he holds it blade with the handle towards you, and see this etching that's been done on it that looks like some poor somebody took another dagger and etched away at this thing. It's nothing fancy. Honestly, on a glance before you grab it, it really doesn't stand out to you as being, you can't even make out what it is other than it's something. It doesn't look like scribbling. And as you take the knife, I need a charisma save.
Can I, since I have given him the
Mhm.
dagger and I am right there, I am giving him my inspiration to reroll that shit again, please.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm giving you my power, Goku.
Snatches back the dagger. Wait, try this again.
No!
No!
Can I give him my
Um,
information as well?
I would, yeah,
No, he's
I
gonna
want to give
roll a
mine
one.
too.
He's gonna roll a 1.
I'll use mine before anyone else's now.
You had inspiration.
Either from like, I don't know. I think I've had it for a little bit already.
You're just
Fuck.
burning.
Yeah, you have.
That's a lot better.
Okay, he just had to use his own inspiration.
Yeah,
Fuck.
clean
He was
ingredient.
powering himself the entire time.
All right. Kiesel, being the only person who's like there with Yofredir, as the four of you have retreated back to the guest bedroom. Lonan is busy with the bodies, placing the coins. As Kiesel looks at Yofredir just like shudders for a moment as he grabs this blade. Does it cause you any alarm, Kiesel?
I'm sorry. You were going to have to. I'm sorry. I got mega distracted right there. I apologize.
As you hand the blade to Yofredir and he grabs it by the handle to take it from you, you notice that he shudders. Like, visibly shudders. His whole body shakes for a moment.
Hey. It's okay.
I'm alright.
Unless it's not okay, then. But...
Yeah, as you say it's okay and you look up, as Yofredir's eyes look towards you, they go all white.
Like, just like cataract white, or like just glowing white.
Like cataract white. Like the pupils and irises are gone.
Like fogged. Okay.
Like when Salinas goes Galfrank.
Okay. Are you okay? Can you see? Are you looking through someone else's eyes? I don't mean to cause alarm, but there's no light behind your eyes.
Yofredir doesn't respond, but a look of anger and rage goes across his face. And that's where we're going to stop tonight as you all roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh,
No.
God.
We should've
I'm
thought-
gonna
no,
almost
dude.
kill Kiesel this time.
Whoever's gonna
God.
play me next week, I have Indomitable, I have Action Surge, I do not have a point of exhaustion.
I don't have action surge. I didn't get a long rest.
Yes.
I'm
I'm
so glad that I
tired.
didn't help you with your exhaustion.
I think I have some rage left, but that's probably about it.
Falk. A 9.
Did mine not go through?
I get to go last.
I will be so slow to this fight.
Ooh,
Alfred
me and
goes,
Aliona.
huh?
Huh?
For the,
All
I
right,
had
looks like
disadvantage
Zedri
before.
with the
Leona's
dirty
not
20
dead
on a
though.
net.
Well,
Lonan had a 10. What'd you roll?
A
No.
2.
Okay, I was like, man.
Dude.
We were just talking about you having alert.
That's why she has a
Where-
plus
where
8.
are we
That's
missing?
why she has a 10.
No, we got everybody.
Yeah.
I just have advantage on
So.
initiative.
Oh, Alfred's just up here because he rolled nat 1. Okay, I see.
Alfred's
I'm special.
really busy with that chest in the other room. Some ornate craftsmanship, but all right. So we will pick back up next week with What's Up with Yofredir. Next week's edition of Cybil's Spear. That is where we'll wrap things up for the on-demand. Again, thanks everybody for watching live, watching on demand. If you're watching on demand, come watch live. We got 2 weeks. We'll have a special affiliate anniversary session. So be sure to come check that out on, let's see, is that the 22nd? I think that's correct.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now.
that's the current plan. I will warn everybody that I don't know that that plan will hold up, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, that is the current plan, that we will be here again next week with session 9 of book 3 and the affiliate anniversary on session 10 the following week. But again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to everybody that was in chat tonight. Thanks for the follows, for the subs. If you like what you see, invite your friends, come join the Discord, and we'll hope to see you again in the future. But for now, ta-ta.
Goodbye.
TT, Toto.
And we also have an Instagram if you want to keep up with us over there at Tales of Wood or Knocked.
Big things coming. Big posts coming soon.
Button in
Bio.
the About section of the Twitch. So just come over to the Twitch and find that. I actually think it's on the YouTube as well if you're watching this on demand. So
there's like a 2010 YouTube video down in the description below.
You'll see this button right here.
no, we're not doing that. Not doing that, AJ. No.
You want to
Place
click up
here or here. All right.
Don't give us
Buy
a
on demand,
post-meeting
people.
nightmare.